Hello everyone, I am Sunita Swain, Faculty Data Science at Techno India University. Today, I am going to explain the basic database management system concepts. So, first of all, what is the database? So, in each and every time in daily life, we are using the concept of data, the keyword data, and database also. So, what this particular term is? So the database is a collection of interrelated data which is used to retrieve, insert, and delete the data efficiently. So the data means the particular organization of the data in the form of a table, schema, views, and reports. So when we are talking about the concept of database, it means the entire data relevant to this particular organization or particular purpose, we are storing in the form of table. Okay. So the example of the database, the college database, which organizes the data about the staff members or employees, students, and the faculty members. And you may say that is the admin level, different employees are working, or different inventories, or the information regarding the library. So these are the examples which is required in every day for different purposes, and these data elements are stored in the form of a table. This is the basic concept of the database. So when one layman, they are keeping the records in tabular form, not aware of the database concept, then in the tabular form, if the data sets are organized, means the particular columns and the column values are stored in the particular place, okay, and the related information are stored in a particular row, then we may call it as one table or schema or the database. Next, I'm coming to the concept of database management system. So database management system, that is a software. So this is the kind of software which is used to manage the database. Example, MySQL, Oracle, and etc. So many these database softwares are available in market. They are very popular commercial databases which is used in different applications. So for various purposes, we are using these applications by the help of these available softwares, which is used for managing the database. So DBMS provides an interface to perform various operations like database creation, storing data, and updating data, creation of the table in the database, and many more operations which is required for managing the database. Along with this type of operation into the database, it also provides protection and the security to the database. So in the case of multiple users, it also maintains data consistency. So later on, we'll discuss what is this consistency feature in database management system. So the DBMS allows the users with this mentioned tasks like data definition. So data definition means how to define the data. So to define the data means we need to create the database. During creation, so what is the relevancy of different data elements? Accordingly, we need to create it. After creation, sometimes we need to modify it or to remove some of the contents. So, data definition means it is used for creation, modification, and removal of definition which defines the organization of data in the database. Data updation. It is used for the insertion, modification, and deletion of the actual data stored in the database. So, updating one information means it can be one insertion procedure, modification of something, or deletion of the data elements or entire row or particular column value or some sets of data elements from the stored database, which is called as data updation. Data retrieval, it is used to retrieve the data from the database, which can be used by applications of various purposes. So retrieving the information, retrieving the data means purposefully one user needs to retrieve the information according to certain application. It is used by different applications. Accordingly, whichever data elements we need to retrieve, we can choose from the stored database also. Then user administration. So, the DBMS allows the user for registering and monitoring the users. It maintains data integrity, enforcing data security, dealing with concurrency control, monitoring the performance, and recovering the information corrupted by any unexpected failures. So, user needs to administrate this type of monitoring tools for administrating the users along with maintaining the integrity of the data. Obviously, data security is also deals with the different administrative procedure. So we can monitor the performance and recovering the information if it is corrupted later on due to this user administrative procedures. Then, what is the actual characteristics of the DBMS? Why we are using widely this database management system? What are the characteristics of the database for which we are managing this kind of environment successfully? So, it uses a digital repository established on a server to store and manage the information. So, it is nothing but what a digital procedure rather than manual record keeping system. And it is established obviously in the server which stores and manages the information. It can provide a clear and logical view of the process that manipulates data also. So, logically, how the data can be manipulated? What is the procedure of manipulating the data? So, it provides one clear and logical view. So, DBMS contains automatic backup and recovery procedure. So, when we are talking about one DBMS tool or different application softwares are involved with these DBMS procedures, it contains the backup and recovery procedure by itself. It contains ACID property, ACID. We'll discuss the ACID property in the next chapter. So, ACID properties which maintain data in a healthy state in case of failure. So, this property is managed for the particular database management system to manage the database effectively. So, we need to follow this ACID property, and when we are calling as the organization of the data, obviously ACID property is configured over there. Means we are following the ACID property if we are talking about different types of database management system softwares. Next, it can reduce the complex relationship between data also. So, the different types of relationship between the data elements, that kind of complexity can be reduced over here. It is used to support the manipulation and processing of the data elements also. So, the database management tool, when we are talking, it means complexity of the relationship is reduced. The user can use effectively without the complexity of the data sets, having several relationships successfully. And it is used to support the manipulation and processing of data. If any kind of data manipulation we need, so different uses, different types of modification, different types of purposes of the uses of the database, this database management system can support this kind of features. It is used to provide security of data also. So data is secured over here. Because already we are maintaining the ACID property. Obviously, different types of recovery procedures are also inbuilt with this. That's why the security is high when we are using database management system effectively. It can view the database from different viewpoints according to the requirement of the user also. Means different levels of users are present in database management system. Accordingly, different types of views in accordance to the user's requirement. We can have different types of viewpoints. Let us discuss what are the different advantageous features of database management system, because we are discussing the basics or the fundamental concepts of database management system. That's why how these types of tools, when we are using, they will be advantageous rather than the manual record keeping system without the concept of DBMS. So, the actual usage of the DBMS, obviously it is very advantageous. First advantage is controls database redundancy. So it can control data redundancy because it stores all the data in one single database file. And that recorded data is placed in the database. So this type of advantage for controlling the database redundancy. So in a single database file, when the records are kept, obviously the redundancy feature can be adopted. So next is data sharing. So the authorized users of an organization, of an enterprise, they can share the data among multiple users because of this data sharing feature. Obviously, authorized users have the access of different types of database usage. It is easy to maintain also. It can be easily maintainable due to the centralized nature of the database system. So easily, the database can be maintained in proper manner because of the centralization. It reduces time also. Means how the data will be organized successfully with different features. We can get it effectively with less time. It reduces the development time and the maintenance also. Maintenance, whatever maintenance procedures are needed, here with less time, we can get those features. Obviously, it is secured and backup recovery procedures are inbuilt with these database management tools. So, it provides backup and recovery subsystems which create automatic backup of data from hardware and software failures, and it restores the data if it is required. So auto backup and recovery software this particular database system is having. That's why when we are talking about data loss, it might not occur because of this database management effective software. Then multiple user interface. It provides different types of user interfaces like graphical user interfaces, application program interfaces. So multiple user interfaces act in this database management tool. So obviously, if it is graphical user interface means GUI and application program interface, so multiple user interfaces are possible and different types of user they can use it easily, effectively, and they can learn the features of database software successfully. Let us discuss if certain type of advantages are there. Obviously, because of these advantages, widely the database management systems are used. But it is having certain disadvantages also. So, disadvantages of DBMS. That is the cost of hardware and software. It requires a high speed of data processor and large memory size to run this DBMS software. So when we are using this particular software, so obviously the cost of hardware and software also we need to maintain. And large memory size is necessary for managing this particular software interface. Size of this database means it occupies a large space of disks and large memory to run them efficiently. So the particular memory occupancy is large in case of database softwares. More disk space is required for this. Complexity, this database system creates additional complexity and the requirements. So complexity means when we are using a huge amount of data, we are dealing huge amount of data. So it creates certain complexities and different types of additional requirements needs to be supported along with the software. Higher impact of failure. Obviously, when the different types of facilities it is providing, the impact of failure is also high. So failure is highly impacted because in most of the organization, all the data stored in a single database, and if the database is damaged due to certain technical glitches, so database or if different types of procedures during running of the database tool, if it is corrupted, then the data might be lost forever. This is the most important point in this disadvantages. When the database management system we use for the effective record keeping system, if the data is lost, then obviously this is one disadvantage. Let us come to the architecture of DBMS. So DBMS means database management system is having 3-tier architecture. So 3-tier architecture means it divides the complete system into 3 interrelated but independent modules. Look at the diagram. So independent modules, 3-tier architecture, that is external level, conceptual level, and physical level. So external level, conceptual level. So externally, how the user is interacting with the database. How the external view of the database is there. Conceptual level, that is how this particular information is used with different concepts. Physical level, so this is the hierarchy is maintained, top to down approach I'm explaining. So physical level means the information about the location of the database object. Means practically where these database objects are stored, where it is kept. So these are the different levels. In between external and conceptual level, two-way communication. Here, the concept of logical data independence occurs between external and conceptual level. Conceptual and physical level, that is called as physical data independence. So, where the data is stored independently in the physical location, in the particular disk space. So, generally, this physical level means the data store. So, the information about the location of the database object is where the data is kept. That is the concept of physical level. That is actually the data store. So in simple terms, physical level of the database describes how the data is being stored in secondary storage devices like disks and tapes, and additional storage details are provided by that. Conceptual level means conceptually data is represented in the form of database tables. Means say for an example, student database which contains student and course table. So which will be visible to the users, but users are unaware of the storage. So it refers to the logical schema. Means it describes what kind of data is to be stored in the database. This is the actual conceptual level. Practically, the kind of database is stored, what type of data, kind of data is stored in the database. That concept is used in this conceptual level. External level, that is called as external view also. So it is an external level of the data in terms of conceptual level. External means it is not outside of the database software or the particular table. So in terms of conceptual level, the tables are in the external level. The level view is used to cater to the needs of the particular category of users. So for an example, faculty of the university is interested in looking course details, and students are also interested in looking at all details related to academics, accounts, and courses and hostel details. So according to the user's necessity, the different views can be generated for different users. Means in different types of users are using this database management system tools, and what type of views they need according to the requirement. These views depends on the usability. And the main focus of external level is data abstraction. So, the actual concept of database management system or different types of softwares which is used for managing this database management system tool. It means we are organizing the data in proper manner with a proper schema. Schema means the architecture of the database. How we are storing the data in different forms and how we are correlating with each other or various relationship we are building, where it is very easy to access. Obviously, it is secure. Different types of data manipulations are also possible over here. And we can use effectively in different environment with different views. So, in the different levels, different types of views are there. Accordingly, we can get into that and we can find the different types of advantageous features by using this database management tool. We are organizing the data in tabular format, having certain predefined schema or predefined architecture. So today we have discussed the basic concepts of DBMS. The next lecture will explain other features and the concept of database along with different record keeping system and different softwares, how the type of softwares are used. Thank you.